Today we have an exciting and major soccer announcement, and with that being said, I'd like to call up the CEO of the Harris County Houston Sports Authority, Ms. Janice Burke.
Hey, Janice. Thank you. Well, good afternoon, and thank you for coming today for this special announcement. Just a few hours ago, CONCACAF, which is the Confederation of North, Central America, and Caribbean Association Football, and has 41 member associations. Anyway, they announced that Houston and Dallas will host the first ever CONCACAF Nations League Finals, with the semifinals being played across two venues in Houston on Thursday, June 4th. The matches will feature Honduras versus United States, taking place at BBVA Stadium, followed by Mexico versus Costa Rica at NRG Stadium. This is definitely a unique setup and may very well be the first time that two venues on the same date in the same city have been chosen to host such a world-class marquee event. We are obviously very grateful to CONCACAF for having confidence in Houston, and we expect sold-out crowds for both venues. All of us at the Harris County Houston Sports Authority are proud to have helped ensure that first-class stadiums were built in our remarkable, diverse destination, so that we can continue to host sporting events of this nature. We are also extremely thankful to have great professional sports teams as partners, like those that are here with us today. And they work hard behind the scenes with us to help ensure that Houston continues to get these type of inaugural events. Lastly, I believe that we have some of the best fans in the nation, which position us to be leaders in our industry and continue to be the number one place for hosting sporting events. Tickets are on sale, and they will go on sale to the general public on Tuesday, March 17th at 10 a.m. So be ready, Houston, to go online and get your tickets. It is sure to be a high-quality, competitive soccer match at both venues. And now it's my great pleasure and honor to announce my mentor, my friend, and the greatest mayor and supporter of sports in all of America, Mayor Sylvester Turner.
Thanks, Janice, for a very gracious introduction. And look, I'm excited to be here today, and it's good to see, to be along with everyone else. Juan Rodriguez, the general manager of BBA, of course, Jamie Roots, the president of the Houston Texans, and Chris Canetti, president of Houston 2026 World Cup Bid Committee. You know, over the years, Houston has time and time again been the host of many major sporting events. And time again, Houston has delivered, and not just sporting events, but events in general. Good to see Susan Christian, who's over our special events office. And it is for this reason that promoters continue to choose Houston as the city to host their games and to conduct their business. The global soccer community has certainly taken notice of our amenities, the fan base, and the city's ability to support major events. And whether the venue is NRG Stadium or BBVA Stadium, Houston has become a leader in hosting major international soccer events and matches. Our robust infrastructure, diverse community, and rich soccer culture provides the foundation for Houston's success when it comes to hosting these events. And as a city, we are honored to be chosen as the host city of the CONCACAF Nations League semifinals, and we are excited about the unique challenge of hosting this event in our two world-class venues on the same night. And Houston is ready to step up to the challenge and put on an event for the ages, for our partners at CONCACAF and the soccer fans of our region. And our selection to host this event is another example of how and why Houston is ready and able to be a host city for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And we look forward to using this opportunity during the World Cup bid process to welcome visitors from around the world and to showcase why Houston should be one of the 10 U.S. cities to host the World Cup. And while it is still early, I want to congratulate and welcome the teams that will play in the semifinals, Honduras versus USA at BBVA, and Mexico versus Costa Rica at NRG. And then I also just want to thank Janice. She's the best. for what she does, and just been very, very successful at bringing these major events. So let's get it on. Thank you all.
As both Janice and the mayor mentioned, the uniqueness of having two back-to-back events, and I don't know if it's ever been done before. Chris might know that answer, Canetti, but to have these two events on the same day in the same city, pretty unique, pretty historical, starting at BBVA Compass. And with that, I'd like to introduce the president of the Dynamo and Dash, Mr. John Walker.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. We're thrilled to be a part of the event. It's truly a great opportunity for the city of Houston, a testament to the infrastructure that we have here in this city, as well as the soccer fandom that there is. There's a lot of great things happening in our club this year, both the Dynamo and the Dash, Saturday's match in Kansas City notwithstanding. But we're really excited to be hosting the U.S. men's national team against Honduras on the 4th of June. Coach Greg Berhalter is doing all he can to get the United States back into world-class shape, and this will be a great opportunity for the fans of Houston to come and see that. Our stadium, BBVA Stadium, has been the host to over 20 international club teams and over 30 men's and women's national teams in its history since being constructed in 2012. And so we pride ourselves in actually having more international soccer matches than any other soccer-specific stadium in the United States. And this is just another example of where we hope to pack the house and put on a great show for everybody. Appreciate the opportunity to be here today, and looking forward to the 4th.
And of course, after that game, well, hopefully USA is walking away with the win. You can just hop in your car, head down 288 or Kirby, whatever your route is, go down to NRG, where Mr. Jamie Roots, the president of your Houston Texans, will be happy to host you, Jamie.
Great, thank you. Give it up. Come on. Well, thank you. This is really, really an honor for us to be part of this event for the city. Thinking about coming to visit with you here today, I was reminded that we've been doing this for about 20 years. So, and over a 2-decade period, Houston has earned the position as one of the leading soccer markets in America. And that earn is important because we did it together as a community with some of the greatest soccer fans that are on the planet. And we're really proud of the types of events that we've been able to put together over that period. And since 2002, NRG Stadium's been home to the best teams. Teams like Real Madrid, Manchester United, Bayern Munich, and others. The best games with Gold Cup, Copa America, the Manchester Derby, the MLS All-Star Game. And of course, a home away for home for the Mexican national team, hosting them 18 times with over 1 million fans in attendance. And June 4th is the next step in Houston's soccer legacy with the CONCACAF Nations League. Mexico, and they're an arch rival in Costa Rica. Kicking off at 9 o'clock at NRG Stadium, we expect another World Cup-like atmosphere at NRG Stadium with these amazing fans coming to be part of the beautiful game. Ticketmaster.com is a place where you can get seats, NRG Stadium box office as well. And information on the game can be found at CONCACAFNationsLeague.com. As an organization, we talk about championships, creating memorable experiences, and doing great things for Houston. And this is just another one of the great examples of us making that happen for this great global city. And with that, it gives me great pleasure to bring up my friend, one that I've done a number of these events with, Mr. Chris Canetti, who's the president of our organizing committee, our bid committee for the World Cup, Houston. Chris?
Thank you, Jamie, and good afternoon, everybody. Let me first start off by giving everybody an update on where we stand with our bid to host the 2026 FIFA World Cup. We are about 1 year away from a decision, so we still have some time before we know whether or not we're one of the final 10 cities to be fortunate enough to host a FIFA World Cup. And as the mayor said, we have a very strong case for ourselves to be a host, and we'll work very hard over the course of the next year to make sure that Houston is one of the final 10 teams, final 10 cities to be hosting the World Cup in 2026. Over the course of the next year, a couple things are going to happen. First and foremost, next week, all of the candidate cities will be in Dallas, of all places, meeting to talk about the process of the bid and what's going to unfold over the course of the next 9 to 12 months. And then after that, there's going to be 2 site inspection visits in Houston where members of FIFA and U.S. Soccer will be descending upon our city for the chance to get a closer look at what Houston has to offer. And we are in a fortunate position by being able to host this CONCACAF Nations League, a position that 15 other cities are not in, where we will have an opportunity to really showcase ourselves and put on an audition in terms of what Houston can deliver. And as all the speakers have said up to this point, this is a real unique opportunity. This may be the first time that one city has hosted the same tournament on the same night in back-to-back venues, and that's a challenge to pull that off. But I'm confident that Houston will step up to this challenge and shine like we have done so many times before. Jamie outlined the great history we have of hosting major sporting events. When we're up at the meeting in Dallas next week selling Houston, one of the points we're going to outline is that Houston has hosted more major sporting events than any other host candidate city in the United States since 2004. That includes Super Bowls and Final Fours and All-Star games and things of that nature. So we have the track record, we have the proven experience and know-how to get this thing done. And again, having the CONCACAF Champions League here right in the middle of our World Cup bid is a real opportunity for us to show what we're made of. And we look forward to our community coming together like it always does to make big things happen. I want to start by thanking Jamie and Lone Star Sports Entertainment and Juan and John at the Dynamo and BBVA and all the folks at NRG Park who really worked hard to make this happen. And as Janice knows, there was a time where it didn't appear as though this event was going to be able to work out in Houston, and CONCACAF really wanted Houston. They had their sights set on us, and between the good work of all these parties, it's happening. And they understand why it's good for the community, they understand why it's good for our World Cup bid, and by virtue of it happening, it really gives us an awesome opportunity. We have put together a special committee that is going to work specifically on this event so that we can make sure all agencies in Houston are working together to shine at our brightest. It's going to include the City of Houston, Harris County, NRG Park, the Sports Authority, Lone Star Sports Entertainment, BBVA Stadium and the Dynamo, the Greater Houston Partnership, Central Houston, and Visit Houston. All of those groups will be on a committee that we're meeting to, like I said, make this really, really big, which is the mandate that we've been given. A few of those members are here today. I'd like to point out Susan Christian from the city, again, who also serves on our World Cup board. Juan Rodriguez from the BBVA Stadium. And Robert Peroni from Central Houston. Where's Robert? There he is. Chris Massey, of course, yes. And again, just to point out the collaboration of our city, we also have representatives from Metro here, Tom Lambert, the CEO, and Jerome Gray, the Executive Vice President. Thank you very much for being here. Patty, I think, talked about using the highways to get from game to game, but we've had a great initial meeting with Metro, and plan on being able to move folks back and forth via the Metro Rail. So again, thank you all for your support. It's going to be an exciting opportunity again this June when these matches are played, and an awesome time for our community as we look forward to hosting the world's most popular and prestigious sporting event in Houston in 2026. So thank you very much.